Hello everyone, and I'm gonna have to just wait for some people to come on. The other one, it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work properly, but it's kind of not, it didn't work. I don't know, it's sad. Hello Bronut Donut. Hello, how you doing today? The other stream did not work properly, so that kind of sad. Let's just do that. There we go. There we go. I have this set up. Hello. So here we have the Concorde. It's unbuilt. I didn't really want to completely unbuild it since, as you can see, kind of it's made out of a lot of small pieces. So that's kind of, didn't want to completely destroy that. Then we have the 747 and the Piper Cub, and then I'm going to be talking about them. I'm going to be giving you info, and then I'm going to learn a bit more about these planes and how they came into existence and why the actual Piper Cub is there. Because I mean, you know, the Piper Cub, it's not, doesn't seem like it's an amazing plane, but really is. So let's start with the Concorde. It actually has changed since the last Concorde that I've built, because now it's much better in terms of the fuselage. It's more accurate to the real thing. Very simple start. Internet good today? No, that's good. That's always good that your internet is working. So I think this is how you build it, even though I built it, yes. And I've already built it. Already basically built it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Now the nose I've built here is that it can go up and down, but if you want it to be in the up position, you can put a plate there, and then it looks much better than before. And I think it goes somewhat like this. Let's put the landing gear, broke off. And then this we could put here. Now, this is the Concorde. Hello Creation Studios, how are you doing today on this Sunday? So also sorry for postponing the stream from yesterday to today. Well, now let's talk about the Concorde, because we can talk about that. So the Concorde has a 3-person, 2 pilots and 1 flight engineer, and then it can carry 92 to 120 passengers. It's 202 feet long, and all that's kind of interesting kind of stuff. The performance there, that's the most interesting bit, is that it can go up to Mach 0.04. And that's what makes this plane special, because this plane can go twice the sound of speed, but the most interesting bit is that it's passenger plane, and most passenger planes go at Mach 0.8, and that's quite slow. It's kind of subsonic, which is a normal speed. Hello Lego Foot, how many airplanes do you have? I have 3 here. If this episode goes well, then we'll have more. But right now, oh no, that's gone away. There you go. Okay, bro, donut, yeah, you go do that. And then the Concorde, it's built by the British and French, and then there was a kind of collaborative effort between them. I'm not going to say anything mean because I don't know, kind of. Hello, Everything Simulated 75. How you doing? Yeah, I have this chat thing. It might get in the way. I'll see if some messages go away. Let's see. Will it? No, I don't know. I'm not going to muck about with that now. Let's keep talking here about this. So the Concorde, it has the snoop for landing, even though I have it in X-Plane 11 and it basically does nothing. but I bet you there's some reason for that, because basically Droop Snoop just droops. Snoop that droops. Hello Bronadona, you're back. Hello Chocolate the Goat. Hello everyone on the stream. The Concorde, it was very high. It flew very high. It actually flew at 60,000 feet, and then the rate of climb between 3,300 and 5,000 feet per minute, which is very steep for a plane, because planes normally fly like the Cessna. I actually have it here. This one flies, the rate of climb is 700, which isn't a lot and it's very slow. But this one went really high up because it's kind of now the Concorde was made it took a while to make, and then while it was being made, the Soviet Union, they kind of built the Tupolev 144, which kind of is controversial because some people say that some people kind of stole, or the Soviets stole the designs from this. But anyway, let's not get into that. We're not political. Hello everyone. Hello Captain Sim. Hello 007 Aviation Official. I'm doing good, Captain Sim. How are you doing? Tupolev, yeah, Tupolev. Dangerous, I think. But anyway, the Concorde was kind of it was a very good plane, and I think it would have made a lot of successful flights if it flew over land, but it couldn't because of the supersonic boom, which is sad, and I think it could have done much better. But then also it was like gas guzzling, and I thought, well, why don't they just kind of use a tug to just tug it to the runway? I mean, that would actually make more sense. Like if it didn't use its own engines, if someone pulled it, that would make more sense. So it like saves fuel. But then after some time, there was the first Concorde crash, which didn't end it. It actually didn't end the Concorde straight away like that, because 9/11 happened around then. I think a few years before. Then that kind of also, people were scared to fly, and then with the fuel consumption issues and then the crash and stuff, it kind of died away. So that's the Concorde. That's the story of the Concorde. Now let's move on to the Piper Cub. Now this one's completely disassembled, and I will assemble it. Now this one, it was actually very difficult to build a scale model that's actually smaller than the Cessna, but that was difficult, but I managed to do that. It's got not a lot of pieces. It's quite detailed. I mean, for what it is, it's detailed. Let's kind of put the wings on. Wait, how do you put? No, that's the wrong way. I've already done something wrong. How did I do something wrong already? Well, anyway, we've kind of almost built this like that. There we go. That's not supposed to be there. There we go. So the Piper Cub. Now, I don't know, some of you probably are thinking like, why is this in kind of here? Why is it in Amazing Planes? Because really, the Piper Cub was very interesting. It brought aviation to people who couldn't kind of buy the planes, because if you know, a lot of planes are expensive. Like the Concorde's probably like $5 million, $100 billion, but the Piper Cub was very cheap, and a lot of people could afford it at the time when it was built, when it was manufactured. And now it's actually out of production. All these planes are actually out of production because the 747, that they ended production on that. Hello, people are just talking in the chat. It's fine. Bye, Fluffy. You have to go. I'll rewatch later. Bye. Yes, 007 Aviation. Yes, I cannot fly tail drag either. It's so hard because when you take off, the tail just decides, you know what, let's just go over here. Let's just kind of go wherever I want. Like, you cannot control the plane when it's like that. You can only control the plane barely when it's like that. That's why I like the Rip Cessna. That's why I like the Cessna more than the Piper Cub, because you can actually control that. But anyway, let's keep talking about this plane. Now this plane was very cheap, and a lot of people could afford it at the time it was manufactured. But the only drawbacks was it's terribly small, and it's got no air conditioning. But I mean, the Cessna doesn't have that either. Bye, Fluffy. See ya. Now, it had one person crew. Well, it had one pilot, but really I say that it could have two, because the newer models had two people, kind of one here and then one at the back of the plane, kind of, and then it's kind of trainer. Hello, Aviation Channel. How are you doing? Now this one, it was very slow. I mean, it was only, the maximum speed was 76 knots. And imagine if you're a 747, or let's say you're the Concorde, and then this guy's coming in approach, and then he's following. Yeah, that's gonna work well, isn't it? He has to land at his maximum speed. Yeah, I can't buy a tail dragger. Well, actually, tail draggers are actually kind of easy, like if to do a good landing, because all you have to do is stay like this and then land. But I mean, it is kind of hard, since if you do put full flap, it's basically a helicopter. Tail draggers, when they're at full, why is this? Rip focus. I mean, on the camera. Rip focus. Well, let's wait. How about if we move that way? Maybe the camera will focus. Okay, screw that. Anyway, so I don't know. Wait, and because I'm reading the service ceiling, and it's 11,500 feet for that. How do you breathe at that altitude? How do you breathe at that altitude, though? I don't know. Anyway, the Piper Cub is a light aircraft that was built between 1938 and 1947 by Piper Aircraft, by the Piper Company. And then most of the planes are actually quite nice. Just the Piper Cub's very small and nobody really likes it. But I mean, aviation official said, yeah, most Piper planes are nice. The Cub just isn't though. Like, yeah. Hello, Scout-tastic. How you doing today? And then the Piper Cub, it was basically a lot of people during the Cold War, since, you know, they had the fright of communism, that they actually bought a lot of these because they wanted to kind of escape, if anything, and stuff. I actually read a book where these guys built an airfield on their lawn. Now the Piper, well, actually, wait, let's talk about how this was used in World War II, because that's quite interesting. Because the Piper Cub, let me try and focus now. No, screw that. The Piper Cub, it was used in World War II as mostly a reconnaissance aircraft. Kind of, it did some recon things, but obviously a lot of anti-aircraft guns can shoot this down because it's so slow. But I mean, it was the L4 Grasshopper, that's what it was used. But also this was used as a trainer, that's why I say it has could have two people there. But now it's kind of, you would buy, if you did get one, you would get one with one seat or two, I don't know. But also the Cub is now actually it's a bush plane, so you can take this, since it's, the flaps, it can take off basically like a helicopter. Can go and then it's up. Yeah, on the Cessna 152, yeah, it doesn't have air conditioning. All those don't have. Sorry, aviation official, if that must be kind of hot. Yeah, that must suck. No air conditioning. Yeah, it's useful to have the only way kind of you have you have heating in planes, like the small ones, because in those you have it's quite easy. You just have the carb heat and stuff. And yeah. I didn't build this plane in yellow because I thought this one would look better kind of in red. Because if you didn't know, the Piper Cubs were actually used to tow gliders. And then this is one that would tow gliders like in red. But the aircraft standard chrome yellow paint became known as Cubby yellow or Lockhaven yellow. Because if you think of a Piper Cub, you think yellow, because you always see them in yellow, except I built mine in this color. Bronadan, I like the 737-8. Yeah, if you check out my other channel, the Swiss Pilot 101, I do fly that plane. I'm gonna actually fly that one. I'm gonna do a stream probably today on that. Yeah, it's a good plane, the 737-8. It's just very difficult to land. So, now throwing that one away, let's see if it flies. Not anymore. Okay, now the queen of the skies, as some people say, the 747. Let's build this one. Now, I actually did rebuild. This is a different one. I remember I did have another 747. Like, I did actually have another Concorde, but I rebuilt both of them. All these planes are new. I've completely changed all of them, and we're almost done building this. Well, we're almost done with the fuselage. This one's much bigger than the other one. Yeah, a glider is kind of a glider is nice to fly. It's just kind of difficult if you're kind of to find the updrafts and stuff like that. In X-plane is fun to fly gliders as well, especially in Switzerland. It's fun to do that. Kind of fly around the mountains and land at Courchevel. That's not in Switzerland, it's in France. Anyway, we're talking about the 747 here. Now the 747, it was built a while ago, I don't know exactly, but it was built a while ago, and it is the queen of the skies, and it's one of the biggest aircraft in the world, other than the kind of Airbus A380 and all those planes, like the Antonov. But this one is a big way. I'm putting these engines. How to? I don't know. I've always kind of thought, where should I put these engines that would look good? I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Let's hope the camera focuses. No. Why? That is actually really annoying. Let's move all these together. Let's do this. This will work. This will work. There we go. Now it kind of has to focus. Yeah, there we go. Now it's focusing. Now it's focusing. So the 747. It's a wide body aircraft, and it was built basically to be one of the biggest aircraft in the world, and kind of to move a lot of people over the Atlantic at one time, because it had a very large seating capacity of some, I don't know, I don't have that here. But the first 747 was the 747-100, and then the upper deck was actually quite small. It stopped around there, kind of went on and then stopped. This one I think would be a 747-400. That's the most popular one and the most widely built one. Oh, hello Butter101, how are you doing today? And then the 747, it had a lot of models, because it had like the 747-200, 300, 400, I don't think 500, but it had a lot. And then the 747 SP is a special, little special, yeah. Yeah, that's Butter001 there. Yeah, this 747 SP, I think Pan America said to Boeing to do that plane, and then they did, and basically it was kind of a longer range than the 747-100, and it carried less people but it had longer range, so that was good. And then there was a lot of freight versions of the 747, and that's now what the 747 being used for, because now the 747 is kind of dead, but Yeah. Now the 747 was very good in terms of kind of seating, and then it had it went Mach point 85, 490 knots. Although if you go in X-plane, you can have some fun and make it go much faster. Have to go, bye Captain Sim, have a good day. Yeah, Airbus Beluga has big brain. Yeah, no, I don't think so, no. I don't know. Yeah, I knew that the 747 SP standard for special performance. Yeah. Thanks Aviation a Channel for saying that. I wasn't gonna say that. Thanks for reminding. Yeah. So the 747 SP was basically the 100 in terms of that there was a lot of space on the top, and then Boeing kind of cut the back off and then moved the wings, and then it was basically much smaller, but it had much more range, since obviously if you have less weight, you can do more fuel efficient, you can be more fuel efficient, and then you can do more range therefore. Now the 747 had four which were engines? JT9D turbofan and Rolls-Royce engine, and then they had more, they had different types of engines, but the 747 had a lot, it could carry a lot of weight. Actually carried a lot of people once. I saw that it carried about like 900 people one time, and that's a lot for 747. But that's basically all I have for these planes. Tell me down below after the stream or in the chat if you want more videos like this. Next week I'm going to be doing another one where people left their suggestions, because I actually have a lot. Like Bruno Donut said to make a Harrier plane, and I forgot about that for a while. I'll do that, and then I think some more people said some stuff. Yeah, that's kind of it for this stream. Goodbye and see you next time, and hopefully this, yeah, there we go. Yeah, goodbye and see you next time. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.